Yeah.
know.
It's Homer Simpson.
I said that yesterday.
Look how just like.
It's Homer Simpson.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right?
Hello.
He used to be so.
It looks like he's gone for
bright
like
and
a
fluffy.
hard.
Alright, it's recording.
Oh.
Okay. Scissors, where are the scissors?
Ooh.
Where did I put the scissors? God fuck me.
They're right there.
There we go. Alright, so
Introduce
introducing
us.
our host.
Yeah? What do you want? Pitch it. No, what's the title? What's the actual title?
Pitch this. Is it?
Well,
Oh,
like a picture of a baseball or something.
yeah. I don't.
Man, I'm gonna knock it out of the park.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Pitch This with your host, Dylan Boster. We have our judges
Zach Palmer.
and
Devin McNerland.
and guess what? Our contestants today are.
Lino Gill. Jan Zebra.
Let's get ready to pitch.
Pitch.
Alright, so you guys got your first pitches, correct? Mm-hmm. Can you say them for the audience at home?
Well, we had to do a sequel to E.T.
And a western starring Benedict Cumberbatch and a chipmunk.
A chimp. But we can do chipmunk too.
Oh, a chimp?
Yeah, you can do chipmunk too.
Kind of gave me a mini heart attack.
I thought it was a chipmunk.
We can do both.
Alright.
So, first we're going to start with the Benedict Cumberbatch one. An all-time classic. Pitch us your all-time classic.
Rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first.
Alright.
And shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
And Jan goes. Yeah, just Jan goes first then.
Cool. Okay. So, my pitch kind of goes along a similar route. Like, this is the end where Benedict Cumberbatch is like an exaggerated version of himself. So it opens up, and Mr. Cumberbatch is a part of this Western movie that he's doing. It's a period piece. On next to the Western set, there's an alien movie. On the other side of the Western set, there is a zoo movie. And in the zoo movie, there are animals, and one of them being a chimp. They sneak onto the film set a lot. So one day, as production is going on, this chimp named Steven breaks into Mr. Cumberbatch's trailer, steals a prop, and runs over to the alien set where Cumberbatch follows and tries to get the prop back. When the process hits over a time machine from the set, it turns out it's real, and there's also alien eggs which are real, and Benedict and Steven get transported to an actual Western town. Unbeknownst to him, the aliens come with too. So we have a fun movie of Mr. Cumberbatch with Steven getting adjusted to the new time, and then right when they get adjusted and they're fitting in well, the eggs hatch. The aliens come out. So Benedict and Steven have to fight together with their Western weapons. They beat the aliens. They're able to fix the time device to get back to the present day, and then they continue shooting, and they live a happy life together.
Cowboys and aliens with a Benedict Cumberbatch and a chimp. Alright, Chandler, go for it. Give us your idea. Pitch this.
I didn't know it was a chimp. I thought it was a chipmunk. I heard you. So
Do it with a
we're
chipmunk.
gonna
Do it
have
with a
very
chipmunk.
very different plots here.
Insert the chimp into where the chipmunk is.
No, because it doesn't work.
I want to hear it
called-
with a chipmunk.
It's gonna be
I want to hear it how it doesn't
Alvin
work.
Unchipped. Is what it's called Alvin Unchipped, and it's Benedict Cumberbatch plays a veterinarian, a veterinarian who frees slave Alvin from a chipmunk slave trade, where they were going to be tasked by a plantation owner to dig a bunch of holes, and Benedict Cumberbatch frees him and is also a bounty hunter, and he trains Alvin in the ways of the bounty hunter, and Alvin uses him as a means to get Chipette back from Leonardo DiCaprio and Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh my god.
And this movie would be directed by Quentin Tarantino.
All right.
I have some ideas about the casting.
Now this is our favorite part. Fight. Fight to the death. Who?
Why is your pitch better than his pitch? Go.
Too long. Your plot is way too long. Think about it. You've got so many things going on. You've got characters introduced, and then they spend the entire time like you want to develop these characters, and then have eggs hatch and have this long alien thing happen. It's just too long of a plot. This would be 3 hours long. Audiences would hate it. It'd be boring. Bad pitch.
I think like while they're in the Western getting used to it, that's when the major character growth would happen. There would be some like character introduction in the beginning, but then once they make the West, that stops there. I think mine would be better because it's like a goofy type of film where Benedict Cumberbatch is playing himself. This can lead to a whole bunch of cameos. This can be a real fun film. Having the chimp, I think can also play a really fun role, and like in a movie that doesn't really take itself seriously because there are aliens in the West.
Fair. Well, I believe that mine would be superior because you've got you can introduce this movie into the Alvin and the Chipmunks canon. It's a spin-off of many sorts, and you introduce Benedict Cumberbatch and get it directed by Quentin Tarantino, and you're just reviving a franchise that desperately needs to be revived.
I think there's a reason that you are having to revive this series. I think on that point alone, there's like, it's Alvin and the Chipmunks, like, it's a movie. Even though, like, it's like...
Don't think of it as a saving of a franchise. Think of it more like Logan, as like a send-off from the franchise.
I can see that.
Compare it to Logan.
Okay, yeah, no, I can see that. I think, though, that, like, people going for Alvin and the Chipmunk movie, this is not an Alvin and the Chipmunk movie. What about the little children who want to see singing and musicals?
Those children have grown up now. They want this gritty new world. It's like Deadpool. Make it funny. That's why it's directed by Quentin Tarantino, so the dialogue is just top-notch coming out of a chipmunk voice. Also, I made it originally in my original pitch that instead of a veterinarian, Benedict Cumberbatch was a podiatrist, a foot doctor, because that would allow for some. But I realized that a veterinarian fit more with the chipmunk portion.
Okay, so can I ask two of you just one question at a time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who's your villain, Chandler?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I see. How is he going to be different from the famous Django villain that he played?
Does he have to be different?
Does he?
I don't think so. He's running a chipette like plantation. Like that's what he does. Is he pimps out chipettes to do woodwork in because they bite wood.
So, can I have a question on that? With that, does that mean this is canon with Alvin and the Chipmunks and Django?
Alvin and the Chipmunks crosses into the Quentin Tarantino universe as well. So this is the same universe as Vincent Vega and...
Okay, so if Samuel L. Jackson's playing the same dude, does that also mean they're time traveling back in time?
It's not time traveling, it's just the same universe. It's like, it's a little parallel.
But then that dude, if it's the same universe, that dude is in a specific time.
He is in a specific time, yeah. At the same time that Django Unchained is happening, Alvin Unshipped is also happening.
So is this the Lion King 1.5?
Yes, essentially. It's the Lion King. But it's also Logan.
Okay.
Because,
Logan 1.5, you know.
Yeah, Logan 1.5.
Logan King 1.5, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So Jan, you talked earlier about cameos. What kind of cameos are you thinking in your picture?
I'm thinking a lot of the actors in the Marvel franchise. I think they're pretty close to Benedict Cumberbatch. We could see a Robert Downey Jr., the actor who plays Captain America, whose name I don't know,
Chris Evans.
Or just some random guy from the animated show.
Like animated Captain America just pops in. I think even someone like Seth Rogen, Clint Eastwood, I think that'd be a fun cameo in both like the real time present and the Western time period.
I'm gonna have cameos in this as well. I was planning.
Ooh.
Quentin Tarantino will be making his famous directorial cameo as a chipmunk that gets exploded.
Does he voice it? And
Yes,
it's
yes,
like
yes, he voices it, and the 3D is modeled after him as
oh
well.
wow.
He's
How
a
many?
3D modeled chipmunk.
What is like the people to chipmunk like ratio?
Well, the slaves are chipmunks, and
I just wanted you to admit that.
the people are people.
People.
Yeah, and
That's good.
and there are people slaves as well.
But they're mostly chipmunks.
But they're mostly
So I'm imagining now like slave chipmunks like talking together and like having more authority over the people slaves and just all gaining up on them
Yes.
while having Quentin Tarantino's dialogue with chipmunk voice. I think that'd be pretty funny.
Why are you arguing for him?
I think that's an admission of defeat.
That's the bell.
I think that's
Oh,
an admission of defeat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this one to Chandler.
Chandler gets this
Chandler gets the
round.
point.
Yes.
He got me with Quentin as Tarantino's a chipmunk. That's what hooked me.
I thought these were supposed to be like
Yeah.
incredibly like.
Oh yeah, they can be as stupid
Yeah.
as you want or as serious as you want.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
was impressed with your serious angle. I was like,
Dude.
oh, you
I
did
was
that?
expecting it to go. I wrote the whole
No, I just.
outline.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Whoa! Dude!
Outline!
Because you said not to make it like a whole thing.
That could have gotten you so many points.
That was so serious. Mine are just like pitches. I have a single piece of paper back there with just my summary.
I want to read
And I'm
your
just-
outline.
and I'm improving everything else that comes out of this.
Oh my god.
As it comes up.
I'll stick to the outline.
Alright, so I think we're ready for round two. The round two is pitch us an ET sequel.
Alright.
Come on. You guys,
Rock,
you guys
paper,
ready?
scissors.
Yeah, rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Wait, so if I win, can I get him to go first?
If you want.
Yeah.
Go first.
You want me to go first? Alright, mine is ET2, E-tier. And it's about E.T. comes back from space for his scheduled visit to Elliot and Gertie and the gang, and he helps Elliot. They're all grown up now, and E.T. never ages because he's a magical being, an alien. But Elliot and Gertie have grown up, so it's Drew Barrymore and the guy who plays Elliot, and E.T. is trying to help Elliot free Gertie from a terrorist attack.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Much like Die Hard 2, Die Harder. It's an airport plot that is they're sabotaging an airport that Gertie is flying into. And so they have to get on their bikes and put E.T. back in the famous seat to save the Gertie from the terrorists. And,
Poor Gertie.
and it's going to be directed by Stranger Things' The Duffer Brothers to get that 80s feel back.
When does this take place?
Huh?
When does this take place?
Present day.
Oh, that'd be
But
kind of interesting.
it's like it follows. With
Yeah.
That, like
Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting.
Duffer Brothers.
Alright, go for your pitch.
Okay, so this is my ET sequel pitch. This is.
And please feel free to use your outline.
I'm gonna use my outline. So this movie would like be released late 80s, early 90s. It's that type of movie.
Okay.
So kicks off right after first ET ended, and you guys remember that one agent when they were in the dock that was like, "I also experienced ET. I understand you."
Yeah.
Yes.
So
the
that
key
guy-
guy. The key guy.
Key guy. Was that the key guy? Okay, whatever. I thought it was the guy. Anyways, that guy talks with Elliot and says that Elliot would be able to get a position at the agency because of his experience with ET. 8 years later, Elliot is now working with the agency, working with this agent who is named Agent 51. And because Elliot is getting really good grades in his training and is friends with Agent 51, he gets more access to classified information quicker. He also meets his friend Matthew, who's also a young agent, who's a little on the rebellion side. So as Elliot gets more classified information, it's revealed that this agency treats the aliens like complete bad shit. And he does not like that. He tells Matthew. Both of them also don't like that. So and then Elliot also comes across this book on hacking, on computer hacking, and takes an interest in it, and wants to try and get classified information through hacking. So Matthew and Elliot start to develop a plan to release all the information to shed dirt on this agency and how bad it's doing. 2 years later, they've gotten their information they need. They have an escape route planned, and they start to do the heist. So they start to do the heist. Matthew's outside with the escape vehicle ready. Elliot is sneaking in to hack the main computer room. So they're going in.
Would you say they'd be hacking the mainframe?
Oh man! Damn.
They're
yes,
in.
They're
in.
That is very much what I meant. So as Matthew is going into the mainframe, he brings a taser and is tasing some of the guards. The guard right in front of the computer room fights back, so Elliot has to actually beat him up and get him down. Elliot starts to get the computer hacking, but Agent 51 uses security footage to see this break-in happening, lock down the whole facility. Elliot tries to escape his way out, but the other agents keep fighting him, and he's about to get beaten down, arrested. When, out of nowhere, not out of nowhere, Matthew comes in, beats them all off because he heard the...
Beats them off.
Yeah. This is where it gets really juicy. So Matthew heard the alarm of the lockdown and came in to save him, save Elliot. So the two of them run out to the escape vehicle. Escape vehicle is about to go. Agent 51 pops back. He's like, "Hey, don't you dare leave with all this classified information." Shoots the vehicle. Vehicle crashes. Matthew is unconscious.
Does he only shoot once and it just crashes?
Well, he shoots the tires out and they start veering and they crash into the side of the road. So then Matthew's unconscious. Elliot comes out and confronts Agent 51. They have a little bit of a little fighting match. Agent 51 gets hit to the ground. Elliot walks over to try and wake up Matthew when he discovers that Matthew brought a gun. So he takes the gun, shoots Agent 51,
Oh,
and
jeez.
Matthew wakes up. They're able to hitchhike to another town, and they make their escape to somewhere deep in Canada, where they give out all this classified information.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That was-
so I guess,
Fight!
I guess rumble, guys.
That was a lot of information right there. I don't think if I were an audience member, I would be able to keep up with all of that.
Oh.
Well, I think this can mainly be told visually. I think explaining it with describing everything makes it longer than it seems. I think a lot of this can be shown.
Regardless, I'm going to be looking at a lot of stuff, which is okay, I guess. If you feel like watching, it seems like you tried to do something along the lines of, I don't know, a Contact or something. It's just there's no ET. How can you call this an ET? There's no ET.
Good point.
Yeah.
That. It's just the kids from ET. Who the hell cares about them? And it's also who's this agent, and how old is this kid by this point? It's, I don't know, it's a long-winded long-winded movie, I think. There's a lot of suspension, and it just doesn't fit. I wouldn't go see that as an E.T. fan.
Well, I think this comes out less of like the E.T. movie, more of like a early '90s action movie, and a lot of explosions, a lot of fighting, a lot of dramatic school coming of age.
They had
type
that.
thing.
It was called Men in Black. I'm just saying, like, we don't need that. What we need.
Oh, what do we need?
We need ET2 E-tier. A much stronger take on the E.T. character, and it expands it in its atmosphere.
Okay, so how would you respond to the criticism that your thing is just Die Hard 2? But with E.T.
It's got E.T.
Die Harder.
What else do you need? This is made now. It's got some update, and also it's directed by the Duffer Brothers, so it's taking the plot of Die Hard, but giving it more atmosphere and ambiance.
I'm gonna have to give both of you minus points because you both didn't use the idea that E.T. is also part of the Star Wars universe.
Very disappointing. Very disappointing.
Yeah, so we give you a chance. How do you respond to his criticism saying it's not really an ET sequel?
I think that people won't be coming to this for the ET. It's gonna be marketed as more.
Wait, what's the title of your thing again?
I did not come up with a title.
So how is it a direct sequel to E.T. if it has no E.T.? People are going to be looking for E.T.
It's a connection with the characters. And
Other
it's
than
pretty-
E.T.?
Yeah, I was about to say, other than the titular character E.T., that's like making Hancock with no Hancock.
It's like making E.T. with no E.T. Wait, what?
I think I don't know how you guys feel. But
I don't know. I think like Jan has some strong points just in like for
Just
the
as a
depth
story?
of
For
depth
The depth
alone.
of the story, I will give you that.
Depth
I will
alone, I-
admit that to him. He has a much more fleshed out and full idea than mine. I just think that the idea,
You know,
as
honestly,
fleshed out
I'd-
as it is, has
I think
I'd
the,
rather see Jan's story, to be honest.
Really?
Even if it was,
the
it might
thing
be a bad
is,
ET
the thing is, I'm
sequel.
gonna go with you just because Jan's been giving us a lot of story, but not a small pitch. So I want to see him try to give us a small pitch
of this movie.
of a different
of a
movie
different
that
movie.
we're going to
Oh,
come
that's
up with shortly.
well,
So I'm with Zach.
All right. So I'm gonna go with Chandler. It's 2 against 1. I think you guys are going down to the thunder
Thunder round.
Thunderdome.
We,
Two men enter, one man leave.
and the other kind of disappointed.
All right. Can you explain what it is while I'm still cutting out these pieces of paper?
All right, so now you're gonna have to come up with a new concept. We're gonna give them roughly around.
All right. Let's say 5. We'll give you 5 minutes, and you're gonna pick stuff out from this from these cups.
So first, you're gonna have one director, 2 actors, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
two
two
actors.
2 actors, and then a genre.
A genre and a twist.
An
And
ending.
And an ending.
Something.
It's not necessarily a twist.
It
Some of
could
them
be
are
a
twists.
twist. It could be just something very out there and crazy. But you're gonna have to combine all of these to make a pitch.
I expect funding for Alvin Unshipped.
Oh yeah, definitely you'll get that, no doubt.
Yeah, they make
Sorry.
product placements.
Sorry,
Red
you guys. Let's just say.
I can't wait for the scene where like Leonardo DiCaprio gets like squirted with poop or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, how humiliating.
what's-
And then
song-
here's the craziest thing. At the end, Samuel L. Jackson's gonna yell, Alvin!
What kind of songs would they do covers of? In Alvin Unshipped.
Do they sing House of the Rising Sun?
and yeah, and that one Rick Ross song that's in Django Unchained soundtrack. But chipmunk voice, so Rick Ross in that chipmunk voice.
Beautiful.
We could have.
Does Rick Ross Chipmunk come on screen at one point?
No.
Chipmunk personification.
But Chipmunk Jonah Hill does come on.
Oh shit.
Does
Jesus
come on
Christ.
as a KKK chipmunk.
Jesus Christ!
I feel
We're
like
gonna have chipmunks dressed in
Kangaroos. Jesus
okay.
fucking
I feel like you have to put in Meatloaf in there somewhere
Maybe.
as
We'll
kind
have
of
him ride out.
as a villain chipmunk,
That's
or like a
not bad.
villain cat who works for like Calvin Candy, who's like
Now you have a cat.
he's like the He is like Samuel L. Jackson in Django Unchained, except he's meatloaf.
He's meatloaf.
So therefore better.
Alright,
More agile.
let me get these endings in a cup.
And at one point, Alvin will make a joke like,
How do you guys feel about Benedict Cumberbatch being a podiatrist instead of a?
You know what?
I'm for it. I'm for
Yeah,
it.
So that we get some feet shots in there.
I don't know.
Tarantino,
Also,
how do you not have feet
they're
shots?
chipmunks, so they're going to be running around feet more often.
Exactly.
I don't like the.
And he's
I don't
like,
the
ooh,
producers meddling
Man,
in
can't wait to
things. I don't
sexualize
like
some
the-
chipmunk feet.
In what?
Ooh.
I don't like the producers meddling in things, changing the writer's vision. From
I'm
a
the writer.
podiatrist.
I'm the writer as well as the producer. I came up with this, didn't I?
Yes. By the way, all of this is copyrighted by the respective person who comes up with it. You own these ideas.
For the future and forever.
Devin, hurry up.
I'm coming. I'm getting the gunk.
The gum.
What kind of gum?
Gunkicle.
I'm allergic to specific types of gum.
What happens at the end whenever we win and lose?
You get a firm.
You get a nice suck on the dick.
You get a firm pat on the back and a
You
congratulations.
guys get to go into the next round.
Next
We're
round.
doing
Yeah.
it tournament style.
There's
Yeah.
tournament style, so we'll have to schedule you again and take up more of your free time.
No, this is.
So the loser gets
I
more
win,
free
I would
time.
Close your eyes. So close your eyes. So that you don't. And go into.
So just one from each cup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, close your eyes while you're picking.
That's good.
Well, no, because
So-
you can see them.
Yeah.
Two from each cup, or
No,
One.
just one from that cup.
one from this cup. My hands are too.
Close your eyes. Can't see it.
Okay. And don't say what you get when you get it.
I can't tell what.
Don't open your eyes.
Dave, you don't look either. Don't look at what he got.
Alright. Here are your endings.
Pick one.
All right.
Pick one. Hey, close your eyes.
Pick one.
Close your eyes. Your eyes are. John's eyes are open right now.
John, I swear to God, I will slap the eyes out of your sockets.
Fuck yeah. Insurance money.
Here. Two actors.
They're so small. They stick to my fingers.
Should have cut them bigger, Devin. It's all your fault.
Oh man,
And-
this is gonna be.
And one director.
How many from this cup?
Those are two actors.
We're gonna cut all this out.
Oh my god.
No, this is great stuff.
Christ Almighty. This is not an easy one.
Should I have more? I only have.
You have your ending?
I only have genre and actors.
How awful can I get?
Oh, you can get a
Very.
Yeah.
We want you to be the worst.
So-
I needed the director too.
Oh, you need a director?
Yeah.
This can be pretty disgusting, I'm not gonna lie.
It sounds perfect. Oh,
Alright, so you guys take a minute to here we'll set a timer.
Dun, dun,
yeah.
dun,
To
dun.
how many minutes?
Let's go 5 minutes just to think.
5 minutes? Alright, so we'll give you
Good 5 minutes just to think on your premise.
5 minutes while we have a chance to talk about our sponsors.
Loot
We
crate.
have none.
Hey guys, are you hungry? Well, the nature box is the thing for
Gamer guy
you.
88 here.
Well, I gotta write.
Well, you can. I just, if you
I'll
want to
probably
reference.
just be thinking of.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know who these actors are.
Yeah, so our sponsor,
I'm googling this.
Sponsors today is.
nothing. We're poor and we're broke.
So please sponsor us. Nature Box, Red Letter Media, some shit who has money.
Yeah, come on, Loot Box.
Rich,
Shane Dawson.
St. Dawson, please give us your cash.
You two can go into one of the bedrooms as well if you want to not be
Mission.
distracted.
Jack off.
Hey Jake Paul, give me your YouTube
There's no way I
rep.
can't make this awful, so it's just gonna be awful. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna just make it balls to the wall.
Dude,
insane.
you do you.
This is gonna be one of those weird movies where people are like, "Was that really me?"
Did that happen, or was I just sick one day
Yeah.
and I imagined that it happened?
Whatever this show is called.
Fuck you, Devin. I hope you die.
Oh, alright. We have 10 more seconds, guys.
10, 9,
9,
7,
8, 7, 6, 5,
5, 22,
3,
6,
2,
bingo!
It's down! And it's down! Let's go, guys.
Hey,
Yeah!
that's copyrighted. That's copyrighted. Stop.
Oh shit.
I gotta block it out with that noise. Okay.
So
Rock, paper, scissors.
yeah,
once
rock
more.
paper scissors again.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
All right, so tell.
Fuck you. Okay.
Okay, so
Chandler.
tell us your
Chandler, what you got?
what you.
No.
No, he.
Oh,
Jan
decided
first.
Oh yeah.
Jan, tell us what you got.
Alright, so my genre was fantasy. I got director David Fincher, and I got Octavia Spencer and Viola Davis.
Good pair.
Yeah, I was looking them up, I was looking them out. And the twist is the power of Christian rock defeats all villains. So, Viola and Octavia are they're two Christian rock stars who can't pay the bills. Like it's gig economy, man. It's bad. So they use quests to pay the bills. They come across this one village and they get the quest to get their golden egg back from the dragon in its evil lair. So the two go up. They bring all their quest gear, their swords, their bows and arrows, their leather armor. They get to this castle, and there are all these enemies, and there's a big match. They keep on losing because they have iron weapons. That's like a whole nother level. So they're able to sneak in. They're able to get to the dragon, but again, the dragon is able to beat them. So they're like, I'm so discouraged. They go back. They're trying to man, what are we gonna do? We only have these tools. What are we gonna do? And then Octavia comes with ideas like power of music, the power of Christian rock. So they take all of their wooden tools they have, turn into makeshift instruments. They sneak back into the dragon. The dragon is like, "Oh, here again? I will destroy you." And they're like, "No, we got Christian rock."
We got some Jesus.
They start playing their Jesus tunes, and the dragon's like, "Oh man, I have seen the light. I have seen the error of my ways. Here is the egg." They have the egg. They start to walk out the castle. When the guards, they're not into the Christian rock. They're like, "No, you can't go." But the dragon is now on their side. So the dragon is now a double agent, starts attacking all the guards, flies them back to their original quest village. They return the egg, get money, and they can now live their lives as Christian rock stars.
Wow.
You turned that into something, man.
All right, Chandler.
I'm gonna lose this one, guys.
Let's
I am gonna lose
go.
this. I'm gonna say I'm putting the genre last because that's the real kicker.
Okay.
Directed by James Cameron. The twist is they are all children's toys in the end. My two actresses are Millie Bobby Brown and Natalie Portman. And my genre is romance.
Oh no!
Oh Jesus Christ! Okay.
I'd like to tell the audience right now, Chandler chose whatever he's gonna do right now. He's fully in control of his own actions. He could have made one of them a side character.
That's what I am doing.
Oh my god,
Kinda.
good. Thank God. Thank God.
Explain his.
Let's go.
Alright, so a Leon the Professional style sequel where Natalie Portman is a hitman
Go on.
who is in love with a fellow hitman, not a young child. And Millie Bobby Brown is her young apprentice as a hit woman as well. So she was trained by Leon, as you can say. It's called Matilda. Because it's directed by James Cameron, though. There's a bit of a sci-fi twist.
Hey, that was the genre.
No, there can be sci-fi romances. Have you heard of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? That's a sci-fi romance. But yeah, there's an evil force that turns them into children's toys. and she has to live out her life. It becomes animated from that point on.
Oh shit.
Oh.
So it then becomes an adult animation about a hitman, Natalie Portman and Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh shit, that'd be
Yeah.
interesting. All right, so fight, rumble.
What's the ending?
Oh, the ending is that they are all children's toys at the end.
Oh.
And I'm saying it's setting it up for what's going to be. Not. It's more for the interpretation you left to be like, oh, they're going to be hit people in Toyland. This is all I could do. You guys have to give me.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How are you two going to utilize your directors? How are their personal touches going to affect these films?
It's an action movie. James Cameron is good at action, and one thing that was missing from the original Leon the Professional, it's not exactly Leon, but it's more like a soft sequel.
Yeah.
Like it's
Like you could connect the two.
yeah, you can connect the two, kind of like 10 Cloverfield Lane
Yeah.
to Cloverfield. It's oh god, it's a little. The romance between Natalie Portman and her fellow hitman is very nice, and the fellow hitman is going to be played by Ryan Gosling because
It's a good get.
yeah, that's what I would say. It's kind of similar to Drive. He's going to be autistic in this movie as well, an autistic hitman. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna. James Cameron as well is really going to tie in this adventure-y spirit of it.
So I have David Fincher, so I'm just gonna, Octavia's gonna imagine Brad Pitt as a character. So he'll just come in and out. That's how I incorporate that director.
Does he represent Satan trying to corrupt her?
All the way. And then at the end, like, he disappears because they have beat Satan.
All right.
Alright, is that the end of your debate?
Got anything more to add?
Do you guys have any more questions?
I'm good.
All right, we're gonna start it off with Devin.
I'm gonna have to go with Jan.
Yeah.
He had a more detailed plot, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But I do like the idea of an animated Leon the Professional. Sounds very, very interesting.
All right.
I do like the idea of animation, and I think that's probably the strongest point you have. Also, James Cameron as a director in a romantic action movie has been done before in True Lies, which shows potential.
It's very good.
It does. It is very good. However, just for the sheer bravery of having, it's not seen that much in the genre. Two black women leading a fantasy film. I think it's very brave, and honestly, I got to give it to Jan.
Oh.
All right, Chandler, this won't win you over, but I picked you.
Yes.
Because you not only came up with this hilarious story, but you actually utilized your director. Because I don't feel like you.
Brad Pitt.
No,
just showing Brad Pitt.
No, that doesn't. That has nothing to do with the director, David Finch. Like he has way more elements that you could have incorporated into your movie that I don't think you did. Like Chandler did with James Cameron. So I do get, even though you did not win this, you did not get completely blown out, my buddy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chandler.
Chandler,
Hug it out, guys.
great.
Hug it out.
I want to see that hug.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Good game.
All right.
So that means Jan moves on to the next round.
Chandler, we hope to see you maybe soon.
In the second season.
Will there be a loser like rematch?
Well, we're in the talks.
Yeah, we're in the talks. That could be.
We have
that
to
could be a
talk to the
possibility.
we have to talk to the executive producers. They're real
Like some
bitches.
between episodes.
Yeah, so in between episodes, we do like where you can work your way back up.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Fight
redemption.
for all the redemption round. All right, so
Maybe you can play against Andy next time.
yeah.
Loser bracket.
Jesus Christ.
Did Andy lose? Or
No,
Nope,
that's
it doesn't go.
just going against him. All right.
Hey, Devin, I'm excited to see you waste more of your time.
Competitions.
Great.